Installation instructions for the KSPEED Tune box. Inside this box, you will find the KSPEED Tune box, OBD2 connector, and USB cable. The USB cable is not required for this process. Let's check that you have all the parts required to complete this process. First, the OBD2 connector for the KSPEED Tune box. Second, the OBD2 connector with Kawasaki 6-pin diagnostic port connector. Third, patch lead to go in between the ECU and key reader. This forces the ECU to stay powered on during the tuning reflash process. The two single wires must remain unplugged when connecting to the main harness. Fourth, the KSPEED Tune box itself. This supplied OBD2 connector plugs into the back of the tune box. Then the two OBD2 ports, male and female, will connect together. The 6-pin plug goes into the Kawasaki diagnostic port next to the battery in the ski. The patch lead goes into the harness with both single wire disconnected until instructed to connect. Once you've confirmed you have all 4 pieces, let's start. Remember, none of this equipment can be left in the ski after tuning is completed. Open the hood. Remove the battery compartment. Remove the cap from the diagnostic port. Remove the access hatch. Locate the semi-translucent 6-pin connector. This section is probably the hardest part of this, as it's a tad fiddly, but even more so when using one hand. Disconnect this connector. Use your fingernail to lift the tab and pull. You can practice with the yellow patch lead. Connect the patch lead. It has male and female ends and can only connect one way. Make sure the single wires are not connected yet. Now connect the other end into top part of the harness. Make sure each connection is firm and tight. Connect the OBD2 port with Kawasaki 6-pin connector into the diagnostic port. Plug in the KSPEED Tune box. We found sitting it up in front of the instrument cluster the easiest way to do this job, as you need to access the keys during the process. Insert the key, but do not push it in hard, as that will trigger the dash to turn on. If you accidentally push it too far and the dash turns on, remove it and try again. We want the dash to stay off for now. These keys are 2-stage keys. When depressed, the trigger a switch in the base of the reader. Now with the dashboard off, but key sitting in the reader, reach in and connect the 2 single yellow wires together. Make sure the connection is tight. Once connected, the dash will light up and beep once. If a low fuel warning beeps, continuously hold down the back button under the jog wheel to mute. Here we press the circle button to clear the warning screen. Wait for the KSPEED Tune box to load up. The KSPEED splash screen will display once ready. Start the reflash process by pressing the tuning icon. Press No when prompted about the K4 cable. Stock file is missing. This means this tune box has not been connected to your ski before. Press Yes. The box will now lock to your VIN number and pair with your ski. It will do a virtual read of your OEM software file and then be ready to tune. Make sure your key is still inserted into the key reader. Press OK to continue. Note: you must press firmly for the screen to respond. Remove the key from the key reader. Press OK. The KSPEED Tune box will now start preparing the files ready for the reflash. This step we've left in real time and will take a few minutes. Press OK. File will now save. Reading completed. Switch ignition off. Keys are already out, so press OK. Continue with the writing of the file. Press Yes. Now you can choose which file to put into the ECU. Stock OEM file, which at the moment is already present. KSPEED Stage 1, which is just for FPO mode. KSPEED Endurance Plus, which has both MPO and FPO tune files. Here we will select the Endurance Plus tune, then press the right arrow button. This tune file gives the benefit of both modes. It leaves slow and LPO mode standard, but adds the tweaked MPO tune with the last 10% of throttle delimited speed and the full FPO Stage 1 tune. Place the keys into the key reader, then press OK. Remove the keys from the key reader, then press OK. This part we will leave in real time. It will take around 3 minutes to prepare the files. Don't stress it hasn't frozen. Place the key into the key reader. Press OK to confirm. We will now ramp up the speed of this video to 5 times. It will actually take approximately 12 minutes to complete the reflash process. It's recommended you wait near the ski in case any errors occur. Do not touch any controls or remove the key during this process. This ski will now turn back on and beep. Remove the key from the key reader. Press OK to confirm. This will now finalize the reflash process. Writing is now complete. Keys are already out of the key reader, so simply press OK. To confirm the tune has taken, press the information button. File in ECU will be the tune file you selected. For example, endurance in this instance. There is further information you can see by pressing the down button. This device can also read DTC codes if ever required. Now the tuning process is complete, you need to remove all the parts from the ski and put the wiring and panels back to the way they were. None of these parts can remain in place when riding the ski. And if you ever want to go back to the stock OEM file or the Stage 1 FPO mode tune, you simply repeat the steps in this video and select the different tune file. Let's disconnect. Unplug the diagnostic port connector first. Disconnect the single wire connectors. Now again for the hard and fiddly part of this job. Disconnect the upper 6-pin patch lead. Disconnect the lower 6-pin patch lead. Connect the Kawasaki 6-pin harness back together. Ensure it is firmly connected. It is hard to see and a one-handed job. You may need to have something to stand on to get the best angle. We've left this realistic demonstration of how it can be difficult to line the plugs back up. Take your time and try, and get an angle that allows you to see the plugs with your eyes. That will help. Put the cover back on the Kawasaki diagnostic port. Reattach the access panel and push the clips in firmly. Put the battery access hatch back in place and reinsert the clips. Close the bonnet. Start the ski. It should idle normally. Press the trigger to engage forward gear. Give it a quick rev. Ski should rev then come back to an idle instantly. Turn off ski. If the ski does not start, check all your connectors are back in place and firmly secured. If you have any problems, get in touch with us.